African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. That new African...
Akbena mnyapon pola me do wezo na miva Ŋdi Wɔna pe gonje pe Tony Magboy enya wezo do na miva egbato ha pe gonje pe me dakpena mi ale kele go be mi chiami chowo TV ke mi ano popon Ŋdi shia Ŋdi miawe le doji yo machumo ko ko dakpena amoke demogbenam afi mi nyankosem honorable Richmond Edem Kofi Potusu ikenye ho chichina mechan toma pe member of parliament mi dakpono me dakpene rich fashions ba we to nyakpon na be mado adoachon the TV agi akpena mi rich fashion o le powerhouse le BNI junction to natural BNI junction hey na the Fajet hotel ko akbo rich fashion le fuma no bon ba nyon vieto ya akojisa akpedon. All right, ke macho mon kokwan ha acho adakbene vola herbal clinic adakbene newslings every dictionary ba we le magbana gongo alabe nyapo na gchem nya zorango abale ke minyane akbo nka nyanya chocho to tio yokele nyape ya bala oji indi acho nyapa mto mafia na miwo nyapa nsedo amenyalo motivational segment for kanimizorango myakonka wenye nyapa big banner headlines so yokele newspaper kataji ndia kanimigazorango ha nya agakbo nyaka wenye nyajojo totio ke hiane nmakuku majojo bran soson myamokata woge le egba fo wo na miawe liklimi miawe va wo nyo ke mia azorango akbo nkale mia motivational segment mo bidako ke na ejibe akpere mianchi abe aleke miano vio kata o mene nivach services le porengme o kpekpere mianchi lega ba wona nanu ngoyin amekata yokakpere mianchi ko ha takre mianchi alabe na kpere mianchi ba nyapo wona na detu nyapo nko na kakare hika katame ta mile Jim Fuga Hostel Award. All right, me agree with motivational segment. We have a brief motivational segment. After that, we'll look at what are the trending stories from our region, and we'll also proceed to look at what are the big banner headlines across the nation. You are never too late to rebuild yourself. You are never too late to rebuild yourself. That's a simple message I have for everybody today. You are never too late to rebuild yourself. You can always rebuild yourself. That's what we are considering as a motivational message briefly for today. Bida kwa ni ke nyemi apa motivational message ya yema macho dare ya mabe mashama nakbo mi kata kule kware yi yare ke mali ke oglobo wo nkeke vai alo nuwo wo ntepo wi vai au malana na mo mi kata kule ko mi aten awo ntepo mi kata kule ko mi aten atunyaro kyoro mara kama ga globo ya e chifia ele fia e chi yi vai e kuma mana su ko ebe ya tai na ko ebe achwa ta twi na kpo tv aja popo sapopo ri mala fuma ekpo sapopo a yere ka ko le fuma nshangwe ke leha dovichi aw ba sapopo de kala blue comment and ma jejem tv ajema but you see an phone nami there is a message akobala sapopo ma ala fuma ka akeklam anyo tube anya kpokpom ala kpokwe le vivichi akatame ye le fuma enyo tube ta career clergy ita karia jejiro ta nyenke no mabawre kai amamelio mino nya moglo mashai o mama amameli na mio plato ure ka ta odororo ure ka ta turukioro alawe ana duko gasa onko. So that's just what we have there. All right, miazore ngo akbo nkanye miap headline so le so we look at trending stories. I just want to play holiday just quickly. Holiday.com. Nukanye headlines. So what are big headlines for today? I just want to play holiday.com. All right, Muntaka begins Volta security tour. Holiday.com news. Muntaka begins Volta security tour. Joy Kebaya, Minister for Interior. Ikenya Muntaka Mubarak Eva who ta Muntaka le amugantome ke yakble miapa mugame jidula alo amugantome jikpola James Gunu o machejem mikpopon ke nestoria jima akwele howede.com. You can get details on that. Just a quick one, maybe 2 paragraphs. Minister for Interior Honorable Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak has commenced a 2-day working visit to the Volta region, arriving at Ho Airport, where he was received by Volta Regional Minister James Gunu and key security stakeholders. The visit is designed to fortify interagency collaboration and design strategies for sustaining peace across the region and the nation. So according to James Gunu, Volta Regional Minister, the Interior Minister's itinerary prioritizes structured engagements with traditional authorities, security commanders, and community leaders. The objective is to consolidate existing peace architecture while addressing emerging vulnerabilities that threaten social cohesion. Gunu noted that the minister's presence underscores government's resolve to maintain vigilance in a region historically sensitive to cross-border and chieftaincy dynamics. Ta miapo Volta Regional Minister ma le kachachama kakule Muntaka Mubarak kenye jidu domaga kepona povito registrafo ble oto do na oji le Ghana kataglogo to bobo wombe yo vabe yo adenku dodoka ya temwa wo prosube to fana no Ghana la be Ghana amuganto ya echeka kple duko de Cavaro ta miachoko jigera amochna duko vovo mahovana yo jibe amagle kware ka jogliar ka ambla wala ka matofia ka abagbena kale ntoma na make efia nyao ha le miapo ntoma efia nyao ha le miapo nto ya meta mo nyanya yo ka miapo Minister for Interior never. So we have that. We'll give you more details on that in the course of the week. All right, no Russian LGBTQ law, JDM. GTEC warns of fake certificates. And we also have Mahama government commissions Agotime Shopi projects. All these are some of the trending stories we have here. Okay, Myakbo Make Dukopurago, Mahama flags legal hurdles for Ghana's family values bill, anti-LGBTQ law. A semi-co can say Michael ko chachitore bodoromano samuchi banya dukopra gromba yamaji chiga vai dachak bala matebe sa yikawo na blagu hongo aje yo bujira lan kuran manchi plus suba tu karaka magava no nya ba sa menye yo we di tomo do kishi maro yo ke so takba ha no la we fufu choda mi aveta tu he yo ko chona mao pleto aje yo kwera plus suba mama gaba ha agba so President John Mahama has declared that Ghana's newly enacted Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill will undergo exhaustive constitutional vetting before receiving presidential assent, signaling a protected legislative denouement. Addressing an audience at Chatham House in London on June 1st, 2026, the head of state underscored that the measure passed by Parliament on May 29, 2026 remains ensnared in procedural and juridical formalities. And one of ye tied to Coppola John Dramani Mahama Boglombe Majichige Adashi say my Kenya but Omar for Sancho Pirako process. Nshangundo tuna manye pasuwa chopu karakamagava da aleka sama doga lifike na ngaga malafio ba anyang baglola afi wali afi pleto over he segbo aji yokbo process ma no your courts yokbo process ma afi juridical formalities no savoir aji basanchi do na no bobwe ta no ho jigbodi nai egbonya le Chatham House le London yo ba egbonya malecho pe pli American Ghana violent form le ashichanya le fuma pirako kple inchimo abe Dr. Kasela to force and pleto katan of no bombe nova dojo plimi aloba chashi plimi American gato le to koma ma no di diva aloba ship. So that's a real big story about that. So we were discussing that no puganyami kenyame mani yako nanado nankwa kufuado no menya ala bana gere next sense alongwa nyo kangromo le yabalo kataji pa mugo pe manya yako ye manya alka kuna nanado dankwa akufuado ambayo na bujidi nya juridical matters nyanka procedural formalities nyanka na puganya na tojimi majoge. He characterized the timeline of enactment as still quite a while to go, citing formalities in the bill's legislative genesis. So according to the president, the statute originated as a private member's motion rather than an executive-sponsored instrument, thereby triggering mandatory scrutiny by the Attorney General's Department and the Council of State. The bill, which codifies restrictions on LGBTQI plus advocacy and prescribes custodial sanctions, must not traverse the gauntlet of compatibility assessments with Ghana's 1992 Constitution and its international treaty obligations. So parliamentary, I think we can stop there. Tak bira ko fifia yo sa yo magboga ka sesha se ka so tak ba ona ajebo te tagune yo popo tase da yo majiba yo ba o sa wa fia mabubo na cho beta du ko na wo kona ba bija tra mo pa Florencio strode le caro chacha ahiaro mo no pletoma any fundamental human rights ye blonga tadu ko meleta yo samna nama. So na yo nkaka yo sako na Attorney General bolan kurem alabe na yo wovoa yo chene adangdo ha ikanye Council of State albo hodo dam afina shi degete ya dashite ta yo samna nama ble gai ke gawinya ba akbaro sapa akbaro boklum na mare bubludo amara mfiamamu alo amare pododo mano semfangu omle ku taglagla ejebe no yo hi pomwa yo pedesh banyang gblola wokple ako demo ba mokata ye bomyola. So I read that again. The bill, which codifies restrictions on LGBTQI plus advocacy and prescribes custodial centers, must now traverse the gauntlet, of compatibility assessments with Ghana's 1992 Constitution. That's an interesting thing over there. So That's that. Yavu bola fia tantanza na jime aswa ataihoide.com na ba khlang mono unto dokyo. All right. Mi kana na bom GTech, I think that's very important one. GTech mi kata kami nya view mionto miaro kyo la nyama mi to mo prohia nyama amobo yo isuku yo ba isuku koko asrom abanyen tepo la pleto ko aba echo sukware yeke jirudu ma dasire jo alo sukwa pekpem alo dasedi gbale ke chokola no e ba shom fuka ka hawu so strongwa banya le fia jirudu do fe ke pona suku koko de deji gboblombe yo roshi sukwaroji. So GTech wants a fake certificate. GTech wants public over unapproved institutions. Suku bugwaro le hika kata maglugutu yo ke jirudu do fe ke pona suku koko de jigboblombe o manye suku bachio tamaka de suku bayore ke na bajo certificate veto popo na base son sukwaro kro de ne certificate popo ka bazo na to beto amaro do sukure ashito do sukure jibo horetame obe sukwa America suponye na son America aba mama varo le kana fia won fiago o fia movo ke yo certificate a chu yo bo abaka yo de na ba de sukware ne o tochi suku boro he yo mala nyama bo na suku jimna eko suku bagbo le on tona se suku bagba ha nyanyage. The Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has issued a stand advisory cautioning prospective students that the general public against enrolling in or accepting certificates from 70 tertiary institutions deemed and recognized in Ghana. The warning, rooted in quality assurance deficits, seeks to preempt the proliferation of substandard credentials with the academic ecosystem. GTech identified systematic concerns, including inadequate infrastructure, unqualified faculty, and non-compliance with statutory accreditation protocols as the basis for its pronouncement. The Commission emphasized that degrees or diplomas procured from these entities lack legal standing and will not be validated for employment. Further study of professional licensing within the jurisdiction. The advisory serves as a protective intervention for unsuspecting applicants. Da yema balike mano blomdongo ena sukwarolia umaronyo sukwarolia mfialo masubo sukwarolia msropo malosho agbala khapa ngmakufa ngmajrupa ika anaba sukuvena binye lanso soma maloshin maka aso adam playa ko sukuta to chodo sukwa chodomi remata na viwa dogo sukwavo o mebina ta da sedi gbana ko shoda da shino onya na payo ta jiru do ko ke kona suko ko da nya ji boklomba aje mi kata ma pede su wa fiamna na bata sukwara sukuma aho magbede de jiru bo na masina na mo sato ne vaivo yoma certificate ma alo da sedi gbana ma hoga ko ade domu na doji mi awo aje bi ko be ko da sedi gbana su gbagbegbo na ejijimbe ya awo mi kana strong nchido abe dokita lo senyala endo hotola ga architect mokata aje bi okra be certificate ya kana khodema elle ete na ma ke na jibe akpo ya yeji tutu ya potutureji lo ma ke ho diplôme e be ba ho degree yo je be okra be diplôme na khode e diplôme agla na manye diplôme agbo yo tem tutureji na go ta ma shaw na nonjo onoro kwime. This caution occurs against the backdrop of Ghana's broader efforts to harmonize tertiary education with global benchmarks. Accreditation serves as the linchpin of academic legitimacy, ensuring that curricular assessment and governance meet prescribed thresholds. When institutions operate outside this framework, they compromise not only individual futures, but the integrity of the nation's human capital pipeline. For prospective learners and parents, GTech's directive underscores the imperative of due diligence before financial and temporal commitment. Verification through the Commission's official channels remains the definitive safeguard against credential fraud. Ultimately, the sanctity of Ghana's tertiary credentials depends on collective vigilance against institutions and prioritize commercial expedience over pedagogical excellence. Takbira ko gombe. Yo va gbolo ne vie va cho sukware alo sukware choma yo va gbolo. Na sukware va to ma cho sukwa terenchi. Anyo be divina de sukuma ala be yo maga buroga ai tugama. Kere yoji ala be kapoje sili kana tayo. Na yo ro ejibe sukware cho sukun tonton to ha. Ta eya plato ole afia mia won plan nyajojora karacho mia pantoma Mahama government commissions agoti of projects mira agoti of kavanto committee of my president John Dramani Mahama administration inaugurated its first batch of developmental projects in the agoti of district, unveiling a newly constructed chiefs compound at Agohopo and a modern kindergarten block at Takuve. The commissioning, led by Member of Parliament Honorable Charles Agbeve and District Chief Executive Honorable Alfredo Dikro, signals the commencement of broader infrastructure drive across the constituency. According to the statement by the AZNDC Communications Bureau, the two facilities represent the initial phase of approximately 8 major projects slated for completion before years, and the CHIPS compound is expected to decentralize primary healthcare delivery, while the kindergarten block addresses fundamental educational deficits in Takuvelo Tale Agohupukle Takuva Wodo Conjiviare kindergarten block a wodo onye ofuom chidudu ya eje ntapo la kotima shopping tome member of parliament ne nto ya bakple district chief executive alo momefia wawe avu tape ya onchi da oda kwana jiraba on tape Honorable Alfred Odikro enye district chief executive na area ya inotadenoa club member of parliament also tapahamila iken konye Charles Agbeve wo ha onu etepe ni ayeji echo kebai ta oboda kpanajira ta agohukpo to kleta kuwe to konjela agohukpo alebe suku gomaje suku ele takover. So both interventions align with the NDC's government's pledge to prioritize human capital development through targeted infrastructural investment. So speaking at separate ceremonies, Honorable Charles Agbeve reiterated his commitment to accelerating transformation through strategic capital projects. He emphasized that the administration's focus remains on delivering measurable improvements in healthcare access and educational outcomes. Honorable Alfredo Dikro, addressing traditional leaders and residents, lauded community cooperation during construction and urged custodianship of the law of the new assets to ensure intergenerational utility. The Commissioner orchestrated a wide national narrative of resetting developmental priorities after years of infrastructural stagnation in peri-urban districts. The development of health and education infrastructure illustrates a shift toward equity-based resource allocation. It also reinforces the correlation between local governance efficacy and national policy execution. Tak bire ko o do dam na ntomato fiao ple fiao oja gbagba plus suku ye ke ba do ke ko je suku a ble konja pleto kata mela o lebe na plus be on ga gble mo to mazamo boto la ba o chowe jidu to onya o e ya o pleto we ni pole nyapa mukanto mo holiday.com news where big stories where inyamane jimna khla ata ya fama ko ontona akhla mamno de ita lema jijimo machotroge akpon kanye nyajojo yo kaka chi miape nyajojo gbana gan ta wo de donc jibe Ŋdi Wɔna ngi Tony Magboy nyale tadana wonya hemia from ma aji le majijimo mia atroda nyajojo balon chi donc jibe yaten ayomi ha le +233 242 670 773 G +233 242 670 773G alebe na akperemianchi le ajo nyaume ne ebe miakperenchi la shichacha me ebe miakperenchi le bobudodo me nsha nko ike anye kpekperenwi ke miatana abenya jojo kakape na miomi le klalo neva miaho atu adobublu adegbepano ekugbepa la nyo miankosem le agbozume miankosem la plawo miankosem le petwe nana kwa mara miankosem ma ta Ewenyigba TV are ke va fiako amo miankosem Togo me Benin me kple fishafi ta na nya de li ike nijibe nyana dona se ashie bia chao gbepa bia do church ha ola nyo awe tona achike jana amachio fertilizer abremanguo la nyo avo nuka kesimiti jana mokata kenya shichachako nanele kokoko miata wakaplo ta kachacha pogbobo wana geremo shichacha pogbobo wana geremo holon pogbobo wana geremo +233 242 670 in your number kata yo anytime alo number yo ke pon le TV aje yo me anytime alebe mia akperenchi ora yo mia trore nya jojo bana gaonchi akpo mkawe le afuma okay mia jego kul daily guide Mahama hints of returning gay bill to parliament. Mahama hints of returning gay bill to parliament. Daily guide boglombe to couple of you for chole Shatan House FShambe doma here sema ike balama ike parliament so takbe hawo nyapa so la ike so takbe me yila kata wo chorudia doma here ga troge ako inu be ro Akunta mines reported illegal miners, ex-minister. Okay, mikbo daku mintalefia ikenye ochri ya kwabina ochri daku minta ikenye former minister le nanadu dankwa kufuado fe ngoli egwoglombe akunta mines ikenye wuntumi alo former Wontumi alo Ashanti ntomato Shimanola Gane NPP where company ke kuna bama mhoshio ogoglombe company malamu le fia lo magamo la mu le fia be wo wenye kalanse kula wo bumwino kalanse kula pe tatrom le yo fe jiru ngoli tamenye kalanse kula onyo. That's basically what it is. Tension in NDC over flag bearer race. Makbo amoma ton rekon le fia asiedun ketia Julius Debra kle Idriso pendant tata le fia pira ko glombe en disito o maloro kimo hunya lo dura lo maso regime le indisiame ta nke maso hembe ameke acho flaga ne party ane Mahama me Alright, government to establish largest gold refinery. Sami Jemfi, Kenya Gold Board, Topatomagago Humbe, Jidudua, Bagbashagwa Jemplo Sube, Yawo Atu, Shika, Kufa Gare, no Shika Kolope, Okwa Shika, no Kivo, Okule Ozu Shika Vava, Yo Bagwajaga, Afijurana Uma, Yotu Shika. Propaganda de Ghana. 31 amendments have weakened anti-LGBTQI bill minority. 31 amendments have weakened anti-LGBTQ bill minority. Mekbo NPP toro kono matata le fia oje janle balota de bire ko glombe. Azegmanto e ko yo le nanado dankwa kufuado ngoli. Ike nanado dankwa kufuado madashi toa. O do le tepe Blaton vore qui sont ta asegbanto se unye se gogongo ike shia dule atagbefu ka ke se owo fia ete bresare ko nye alabo do gbogbo lenchi ta asu fefese. All right, the Ghanaian Times. Ghana opens for businesses. President Mahama woos UK investors, touts stability, economic recovery. The corporate John Ramani Malafia Boglombe Ghana bagbola hu repeta du comme chichara ga on va chachi baknimi la du comme fa ganya onyo mashame ke be achashi alocho ipa ga ko de tuke batawe fa amachungo poge $250 million investment to transform Damang mining operations. All right, let Damang to man. Fik ENP engineers and planners. Ikanya to kopala oche Bram him Mahama Uto Wafer Ho be akushikale. Efanya jijima fio glombe yoga $250 million choga ko de do malafuma malabobio. Integrity key to building trust in institutions, Dr. Asibeye Boa. Asibeye Bago Glombe Bo am Guta Ople Ufu Mutafo Inanaga to convene kare you domagan you call it tatena to power. Let's go into the daily graphic. Me kon kale daily graphic. Research agenda wins investor confidence. 215 euros, 250 million euros UK deal signed. Research agenda wins investor confidence. 215 million euro deal signed. All right, that is that. Research agenda wins investor confidence. Que pile comme du corporate pour mafia kple yevuaro yo ke ole UK o gbogbombe to upo yike du corporate pour ne investors ole Europe na you sign deal got 250 million so you academic African Games contracts Auditor General goes after 580 million losses. African Games contracts Auditor General goes after 580 million CD losses. Auditor General make a account major Ghana Jiruba Boglombe ga there over 580 million so yenye guy ka yingba lo akbaru ike dogocho Africa Games man contract egbe ocho contract uyo gba mo ocho do jiru do dashine dokushi mo bono wo dokushi chichalao le Africa Games abo wona eko yiji le legon are yiba yifanya glomole over gayo ka yingba ga agbaru 580 million Ghana cedis yo masagomo akonta majola gaona jiru ago glomba kabanta o me katala tadana manova no galanya Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million development plan for Bogoso Prestia. All right, Heath Goldfields to ohanye Shikaku do para yikele Bogoso Prestia go meyochi $20 million ko ga ko pere ntua menchi mo ko ntua ma vio grupo de dino no panya ole fia Heath Goldfields yikanya former Kafna of the Bank of Ghana, former Unibank founder for a company. All right, governor ways flight permits to evacuate more Ghanaians from South Africa. Daily graphic of Glomba Fifia Jidudu ele claro le pepla du yo jomba no Ghana yo mo aklosuwa yo gacho yamobu gablo jo cho ire South Africa to come alo Ghana view kaya ma ko gbe. All right, The Dispatch. Ghana's economic recovery is now a global example. Bahama. The Gopola Blonya who the Chatham House choro nyebe aleke Ghana for Ghana o romra enye porem na kikakata 1,009 killed in 4 months in road accidents in 2026. Wow. 109 killed in 4 months in road accidents in 2026. Upwa yikama mile. Wajingban to aton yoke wumwa yekwari. Amakbereka plasheke yeku to abufokwo le Ghana. Epo yake memile fia imehel la shipiaje mho no fia kwa. Epo yake memile ka jima to mho adenlia ya ko eja goma ni choya ko. Ama pereka platon yeku le fofo men. Right, family wealth should be viewed as building transgenerational Enterprises, KGL's Alice Dade. Alice Dade ma ikenye KGL dopa mo la go plombe. A fuma keshinongo, fuma shichapo, fuma fiaso yoko do jabon no nyicho chichime. Vasere chichime. Manyagba pogba na dufanya ojabonyo. Police seize boxes of ammunition at checkpoint. Povito le tuaro, pleruaro, o gacho, vacho, choma vaina, police o roshi waji, o kamo power, tu, ganafio, gacho tu, dokishimo cho tu, chobo gacho tu, poviton vaina olo, nagjin like banana. Polafoko urges MPP to move beyond past divisions. Afoko no tatalaf Michael Bakajembe anye, Shimano Lagane. MPP akata Ghana kata glogodo enon fon egwa glombe fifi afi nya nwaro na yofia ahia ba yocho yofo mama maso dura ple tukara mo yo ke jiva ya yocho nya mo darengbe alwe yo wereka azorango ejiwono chai bani azu chairman the MPP. All right, Business and Financial Times. Fidelity Bank deepens growth momentum with strong 2025 performance. Okay, Mikpo Fidelity Bank. Domagara Fia Plonche Mogombe. Fidelity Bank Fifia yo chichim nto. Alwe yo for ganyon ha ngoi bom. Apoy kabai ka wun fa konta yo kama yo juro ha la daran yo power. Yo for vide jiraji ala Fidelity Bank. Business and Financial Times. That's a big story there. CNBC Africa Partners KGL Group. UBA engages Ghana Gold Board to deepen strategic partnership. Da UBA hanya banki utumotoro kagaja foreka gara kachecha kakla Gold Board tokla suwe yo akbutu turejile yo for ashichanya. All right. Access Bank Partners Deloitte to equip women entrepreneurs. All right. Access Bank hanya kajaro for le Ghana, ple Africa, Nigeria, Ochoba ya gbogbombo yo le kachacha ple Deloitte in touche. Deloitte accountant major for so these are auditors. So Access Bank gara kachacha ple Deloitte plus ube yokbere nyong. Okay. Tema Oil Refinery clears 6-year audit backlog. Tema Oil Refinery clears 6-year audit backlog. Interesting. Tema Oil Refinery clears 6-year audit backlog. Returns to profit with 1.24 billion pre-tax surplus in 2025. And SIGA commendation for governance and financial recovery. All right, over the Mara Refinery, can you do bona amidada le the manton of ma up a denso anya omu gaba kwa konta me bili opo o konta o me ka wa quick opo po ekeva ya opo 1.24 billion pre-tax surplus. If you have opo vide na do yo na lankura ko tama friend over elefam agbaro jima fuma do yo jrea do na do kushimo na plia alo do kushimo na gara kacha san kwa jirudu a nyamo no ji hu mi no sesem da oba wo we ma lo oba fifia o je vide popo 1.24 billion yenye vide opo abo gbona ajoga ke jare to gbona otore gama afi mamle na nyoto. All right. Ke oba o bagbajem pe o fobotano o ya dojilo kenke jo fi panani o imita ya pa mo dit mo what's that supposed to mean? All right. Well nya pa mpola fia bana yo ke mata jonya ke de karakoto Kenya Chronicle abale ke mi on China mi chona mi apa nyama jujro Aquachile Chronicle G. So let's stay on Chronicle for some time. Otum for Beidu Bonso the third is the new Ahan Tahini. Otumfo Beidu born Soy the third is the new Ahanta Hini. Okay, the Kajama Pomila Fma Mountada, Uban Koyo Otumfo Beidu born Soy Tolia Enye Ahanta Topefia Yeye. Otumfo Beidu Bonso Alo Bonswe. The third is a new Ahanta Heni. The Ahanta Topefia Yema. Orofia la Hanta Tome. Yema Pomila Banaji. Edu Boahin wins key legal battle at the Court of Appeal. Edu Boahin, troubled former CEO. Troubled former CEO. Edu Boahin wins key legal battle at the Court of Appeal. Make boy Edu Boahin for matata la fia ke yo nyale High Court. Jidudu do fe ke kpona bovito wa jaoji. Kple amahehe da pon. If enya over Attorney General ikenye Jidudu fe senyala gan ke kpona bovito pa amahehe pon fe nyaji. Chogbana do kple nglediaro be yacho bufo Edu Boahin. Gaka gbanamo onya jama gbano ye machoge afia mareko. De mata ocho Edu Boahin be yo ali nobu afoina oyimo. Gaka Edu Boahin be mana mo ni mo. Nshawe kenya ngule ni ngongro de share gbane shak gbane ke okpole ike obo yo no tereji acho bufon la. Efo nwaje bo na ha akpira. Ejebona ihe akpọgbanada ta okpoloko ira appeal court be kabanto gbererema ike alongu wona ma ike jim la high court no tropetatu ko appeal court de Edu Boahin be kabanto nshanwika Attorney General lerashi be nye pongu onya ifonya inye ifa enledanya no twenai alabe yakpoma ne ya jaro ade rokira nyam. Africa cannot remain a market for others' ambitions. Alex Daddy. Okay, so Alex Daddy, KGL top Amagan Elefia upon the University of Ghana. Chova Ebo Blombe. Mi Africa toro kumi Lefia Kore. Amocho betadu komova asichang baklimi, mteho wong baklimi. Nyo mimate nanaka wome kenye asichang wo ikibia ko betadu kobo. Cha, bidakwa. Africa no tepe mega no nya dashi atama mobubu nako ofo ajo donwo arakono mi ajirumo kemji mi hamiji agba mi awon tepe mi ayirangove. So Damang owners prove capacity of local mining coins. Damang owners prove capacity of local mining coins. All right, agbane abuna epe enyaun chikule monya pipiare agba. Some of Banto ta we have a Banto Yocho, but then Samuel said to all Israel, behold, I have listened to your voice and all that you said to me, and I have appointed a king over you. I read that again. Behold, I have listened to your voice in all that you said to me, and I have appointed a king over you. First Samuel 12 verse 1. Tak bidako bale achona maonya pipi cho tona chi na no yo kenye edunya chona dona na nuru alo fona na nurete ala ka bale awona yo donya ta chronicle efonya jojon ma chomonya pipi dari ofota for the abale goni ra chane. First Samuel 12 verse 1. The Bible ma boglombe some of Akbane, Banto Tabio, Banto Gombe, Fifia, Samuel, Blona, Israel, to Nabrida, son of Blona, Israel, viewer, Maube, Bo, Massem Yapog Bow, Yapog Bovaru Boni, reyata mecha efia nami iza tukonye tukore ke la gomeje jaima mawu enye ofefia. So say a theocratic nation. Theocracy, Mao Epronao, that was Kratos, the rulership of God. Akabaro fiara Israel yo nyakonya koba. Yo majiba Mao na no yo pronto nya gloria jio, shanko wa leka popola bro, leka patola bro, leka popola bro, leka patola bro. Tano rashi yo han yo shi na fiana no yoshi. Abaki kama dukowe ne. Yahuwa ba anene ma. Ikama duko pe fiao miavio blog plak pasa sakoya ba. Ojo ga hogele miashi Ewenyigba gana miako dagbele ohun ku apa uliare miashi. Hikama fiao wajirudua ro sesin ro vondi. Uberagaba no hatuna mi aklo klashi so sa abago koli plato ene milorejia we enya tere samo jalgwe alaba samo machonya ko ene Yehowa ba samo manya wo gbo awojie matuna klo na awojie matuna klo na prenye ntonya shi so sa aba Yehowa kakema ka sabo manya wo gbo enye wo beta chogbaji Hikemefia adu Israel. Enyama esople otumfo bedu bonswe. The third is a new Ashanti hini. Ahanta hini, sorry. Ahanta hini. Takbira kwa Ashanti hini lagbalo. Akame hauben kwenye otumfo. Nyama sabugwe mesa otumfo komata. Otumfo reha galafia bedu bonswe. Enye fiae ne ahanta o. Maya Yehowa alo prophet. Cho Israel, alo prophet, cho Christo paji, yeva dio kaka wonto, ozampe de kon ro korofia. Ta yema, maube, yedashile fia nyaume, nyonto mile miarukoshi, ne mibe miado fia, no plomia, yoshima gala molo. Oseta kwele miango, omoseta kwele miango, du koma maso, nyonto miao nyai. Right. Tony Magboy nyamia plomle Ŋdi Wɔna akpaeji kenye nachocho majucho paji ke Tony Magboy ye no tade na wona donc jibe nye number nye +233 242670773 +233 enye number ikena tanzo zanko cheka kwa plime enye number ikena tanza akono akama paplem +233 242670773 napo ganyia mahodo machucho wade alabe ma aho dashicho miano vio kalama banami na mi trova mi bana nyawo majuga napo ganyu bana nyawo majuga dama ga kasio tv anchio na no toji nebe yakbere mi abo na nchibe wona na detua gare mi aji milek Jimfuga hostel Ewenyigba TV le Jimfuga hostel ho woto afia tututu polia memile ne bado polia be Jimfuga hostel jinko ameripepe aja plove fia na gare kanduma le be pona Jimfuga hostel la polia lo la woto eko o plove mi le downstairs atututu na gare mi ajia mia akperemu le ofo bubrudo nyaome ne mi yo nkoko akare ikakatame alabo miankosem the satellite G mi got a multi TV G mi got jam le Facebook nyawnya Ewenyigba TV the YouTube nyawnya Ewenyigba TV atakpo mi ha le TikTok G nyokenya Ewenyigba TV albana no kama kwaklim nyentonye Tony Magboy atakpo Tony Magboy le Facebook agare kama kwaklim fa ha ta magakashi TV yango magbona fifilai mahodo machucho mahobo budodocho miapo magbada opo Kanemi trova nyajo nyaume.
Oh. No silence ever English dictionary. Yatepe. But si dictionary aka zon fi di pasi K. No silence ever English dictionary standard ton yeah. Standard yeah. And you know the view and you know the view canola basic level, and you know Americanola SHS, and you know Americanola University, a low language, then you make a never by you, and be a strong but craha, no science ever English dictionary, and you know how I must make a never view mutual, and be a strong but baha, no science ever English dictionary, and you know mama. Yellow Dilla was so mad than a place order le Amazon allo number can call screen Nigeria open to me to the can also but if you can la nya call Nusilins ever English dictionary akwa koveno akpe Nusilins ever English dictionary enyon tom
to ship products from Germany to Ghana. Nivage Services makes it simple. We ship groceries, health supplements, books and everyday essentials directly from Germany to you. Imagine buying authentic groceries, toiletries, and fresh dairy hassle-free from Germany. Our reliable service brings the best of German quality to you. From cereals to health supplements, snacks to toiletries, we've got you covered. Shopping is easy. Contact Nivage Services and we handle the rest. Fast, reliable, hassle-free shipping you can trust. WhatsApp us at +233 591 415 506.
Viewers, welcome to Rex Stitches. Afi enye nyongo kple penu tofe. Your wedding gown, your strauss, office wear, beach wear, you can name them. Sport wears for both male and female. Ne miajima antewa kpomi le powerhouse le ho. Ne eina de Frajet Hotel. Nye le moji tututututu. Ne chobi na junction na the Frajet Hotel but 2222 afima emie lenyema. You can reach us on this telephone number 0246 256 300 0246 25 6300.
Go. Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very much. If I don't quit them, go, to put too much try to toy. Upon your worms, but a killer.
Oh,
never for fun. Never got too much to move. I'm not to go.
that another Abraham fever, kind of lay a particular for Boye hour. But the husband had the dinner on fear. Coco not do not forget a winnie, Yapon or passive and you went on Yan Kurama. Well, a passive cocoa for Yakokatara.
Well, I'm not to go.
Vai, but I can subo. It a big dad as a Cremonton toe. Vola Patica, Busio, wait off here.
Why you vola togo? You man no Chicago, Mokbong Jaja.
Vola chika no plan na zama fiva nana kama furaga nao mashama nazi
nyapa todo wala todo fita itanye za vola chika nyato matoro ha woza vola chika fofo jijila ama
this vola piki vola baby
ma una yira vola to ona wala masa
vola pachika wala chika drapo kata alo gado pa dayo pamela akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala hwahwe gada wojila agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo la budigba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afava dashina fiega aton kala mamlida gbewa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa adashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1450
vola
Nina nemiayi vola ema senta afima mi apoto yo yola nyadeba vola le foudre now. Alele le foudre now. Toma du le foudre now. Eti te padaka. Ufuto makata. Mele tomo nyidewa. Eti maklo no ba. Na ile fula heba center. Ikele jengo applaud. Victoria Park. Afima na kodoro. Wotu akame. Wafuto. Wofukame. Wofukame tutu dokada. Fula heba center. Dr. Prosper Deveneba. Na kodoro. Come on.
That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Yo, nyapa nukola miawe zoncho doma chucho pima ikemi va koma meto ta flachere nyapa mo kwa doma mao pima ike naba mima senyanko ta. Yo press statement areva ro mi agbalo bana ro mi apo ke obinya kakana tua. So State Interest and Governance Authority bo SIGA. State Interests and Governance Authority bo State Interests and Governance Authority men korobo le nyanya to man me ogaka obanye dudo pare ke won kudem duko epe duko fa nyaume duko li duko ekebemela enye Ghana duko yeke miapo fota sa lo constitution li duko ma fa nya gbemele ta mi je mia agbo bane yara. State Interest and Governance Authority press statement for immediate release. SIGA commends Tema Oil Refinery for historic financial turnaround and submission of 6 years of audited accounts. Majimia kumama labe miko banare miko le nya jogbana remember over okafu SIGA kafu Tema Oil Refinery. But 6 years of financial ni katangi nyane na mchenyewe no submission of 6 years of audited reports amomako because business must be done chronologically. Reyi nchio wana business ro reyi yongo wana counter ro ta na for sharp wunko ajebe business na wa counter miakwa counter. We have to look at the audited financial statements annually. Arrears for 6 years. So let's go into that. SIGA commends Tema Oil Refinery for historic financial turnaround and submission of 6 years of audited accounts. Topic here, tabumnamo, mamomo Moses. On a shame case you cover extra contact or nyabe for sharper will submit audited financials. Taleko job is 6 years or submitting for what? To what end? So let's go ahead. The State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, commends the board, management, and staff of Tema Oil Refinery for the successful completion and submission of outstanding audited financial statements for 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. This achievement marks a major milestone in Tema Oil Refinery's governance, compliance, and accountability journey, especially considering that Tema Oil Refinery had not produced audited accounts for the period spanning 2019 to 2024. Si guy Kenya jirudo pe ike kpona jirudu fe nwo jidudu fe nwo kple jidudu fe dukploroji jidudu fe nwo. Okay, it's interest. To have interest in something, if you have a gala fumalo, oga, fika ogale, people have fika mo question la fuma jino naima. So they are looking at state interest. If you have a Tema Oil Refinery, jirudu pa dopo nyeta jirudu pa galem. Okay, the dopo ya ajibi akbo state interest in parastatals, state interest in state companies. Let's put it that way. Tabo dakben agbonuglan manager dowola but domagan yokele Tema Oil Refinery be ona yo over a contact matoto gbano cho keke 2019 barobe ta 2019 epo mai kama oba koroba COVID-19 ngoli macho twacho fifia ko oya o maka financial statement for kaka enye jijuna yo ba fifia oko financial statements okatako dogwe. Interesting. According to the audited accounts presented to SIGA, Tema Oil Refinery recorded a historic profit before tax of 1.24 billion in 2025. The refinery's first profit in 10 years and a significant indicator of renewed industrial recovery. Bago Tema Oil Refinery apo sonya agbarura jikole no yashi umajide kpogo no pa mo vide ko yashi kata chamola ko vide makava kpo wo sonya gaka nkuto apo ekeba ifia ko 2025 ekenya po gbato ekejiru yeye kinyen this jury ava just last year opo profit of almost 1 billion. Interesting. Yade mabialo yo for 2019 2020 to aro bare man mako yo losses out kaka nakbo loss nenyo. I don't get you people. Anyway, let's go ahead. SIGA further notes with satisfaction several key achievements recorded by the refinery in 2025, including strong revenue growth, representing Tema Oil Refinery's best financial performance since 2019. Yet again, for me, this record, it doesn't work for me. As an accounting student, but 2019, 2020, 2021, Bukagawaro Fifia, Yoma profit womo. Voa Oma audited financial statement nam hauka. Nenema kwe onyanda audited financial statement so. Yakbede shiba okpo profit like 2025 kwa. The coherent, reasonable, sensible thing you should have done was to list the losses and the profits, or the losses up to 2024 and the profit in 2025. That's communication. Why did you list 2019, 2020 if you are not going to make us know the losses? That should be a joke, right? People presided over these companies. Amono dope on lepomo domagan onyo no salary ganga do no puka MDO noni losses kao. Makawe no dobango. You should be more serious than this. Strong revenue growth representing Tema Oil Refinery's best financial performance since 2019. Choka 2019 if you over ashi ikeyocha gayoka va choshi chacha mafia yo amo open jajra usugbo. A foreign exchange gain of 1.3 billion arising from prudent financial and forex management strategies. Galoshi better to call garoloshi. You can oflele ho. We talk kakeke for ga yirejia opo 1.3 billion. Equally, neple dollar. Necho 1,000 cities couple $100. Ye dollar wazo. 12 cities ke ne be work bon gava city ma 1200 cities. So that's it. Growth in share of associate profit to 155 million Ghana cedis, reinforcing the value of the oil refinery strategic investments. Okay, da ameoke choga wule ko de dopa mekenya mkuga afi dopa jegoma okwo jijireji. Okay, so shareholders are capital contributors. A significant improvement in receivables management, with receivable days reducing from 1,099 days to 652 days. A gayo kenya gayo nye gad a fo yo kamo gule dope amacha nkaka bereka kple asheke vo sheke yo chona fi gayo ka nya fo ya modulu ngvana kakefia nkaka alpha den la tombo vomako fo kata modulu ngkhana yanya ngwi. A notable decline in total debt levels between 2024 and 2025. Fifia for the oil refinery duha edidi. A successful completion of turnaround maintenance TAM activities and the refining of approximately 600,000 barrels of crude oil, demonstrating renewed operational capacity and technical resilience. Fifia the oil refinery fifia o wamidam alawe amiawe kwezo alofa akpalofa denso hema utenda. SIGA recognizes that these achievements are the results of deliberate strategic leadership, strengthened corporate governance practices, operational reforms, and the unwavering dedication of the board, management, and staff of the oil refinery. The authority also acknowledges the important role played by the board in supporting management's recovery agenda, particularly through initiatives relating to debt restructuring. Okay, the next page. Receivables recovery and cost maintenance measures and continued investments in critical refinery infrastructure, including the crude distillation unit and the residue fluid catalytic cracker. While challenges remain, particularly in relation to liquidity pressures, retained deficits, and long-term balance sheet restructuring, SIGA is greatly encouraged by the refinery's clear recovery trajectory and the improving financial indicators reflected in its 2025 performance. SIGA therefore urges the board and management of the oil refinery to sustain the current momentum, deepen operational efficiencies, strengthen corporate governance standards, and accelerate efforts toward achieving long-term profitability, competitiveness, and national energy security. The authority reiterates its commitment to supporting all specified entities that demonstrate accountability, strategic transformation, and measurable performance outcomes in alignment with Ghana's national development priorities. For further inquiries, please contact the Corporate Affairs Unit of SIGA, okay, issued by the Corporate Affairs Unit, State Interest and Governance Authority, Accra, 1st June 2026. All right, so, Chok Bala Daddy. Big Bob Bala. Madam Kurak Bala, Peter Ko, Ŋdi Wɔna Yembo, Obatema, or refinery, Fifia, Oje, Vide Pokpo. Yenya, a guy yoke, over Gayo Kalamon, Chifia Ohom. Vivia domagan wo on the secular roji. Vivia mushawi kejima u damna gbaneji. Dola o bagblam. Akonta metola o akonta o. Prosube yo pom de shiba fifia. The ma oil refinery keva no bagbama de iva yi kaka oba no da shinchi jiru da shinchi via kama kuma chomo no da shinchi kaka obaro fia ka kadikra yo cho do kama ba no yin. Oba dokushimo no bakho ya moba na dokushimo bakho ya no wo to ami bona jiga ami fa gagbona jiga le chof pama ta jiru na note jiru na we apo ke ba ijako 2025 apo poe ke va eja kwa do poe ke me ka kpona video po wa po vide voa esi vichiare lagbana me e mama blodongo de wo nyoba nyakumme labe ni ocho daria menye account onyo oma statement of financial position balance sheet alo income statement alo profit and loss menye mai wo na mi enwo onyo ngro ro nyoba nya jeshi domaga yo kele topiam ba e mama globe epo fao chopua oyo epo ba o ma wo po audited financial statement makawe no do pa nwe mai ma epo wo ajebe siga no ro serious why yi the tema oil refinery akpo documents with MD kawe no ni no of what financial statements you go yo for the past 6 years dey profit or loss kawe le financial statements ya o me mi ma ta kpo jijo kwacho gara dare du ajabe nye profit amo wo kware mi ma na mianya how much losses you know and all of a sudden you could your profit wo so it's a good thing but nembe mi azesusua nya kpobe documentation mata globe kwe kama mi le fia yo audited financial statement for 6 years kwa mi man na mianya kai jole financial statements yomo telling us that they have not been making profit for the past 10 years is not enough because aje mi akpo loss ke no at least in 2024 afi mi profit here there has to be some base here. That's how you do comparative analysis. So it's okay, but me I'm not convinced about all these optics. Anyway, mi azorango mi akpo nyajojo bubu aroda le city newsroom na po gani plafa mahodo machuchuare ahu bedashio ikanyashio bedashicho ni magbeda ogbo alabere matrova mea akowo na akwachi. All right, so city newsroom, important details. Nano Modona, my road maintenance contractors threaten protest over 6 years arrears. Interesting. Mimi nana masema fio. Program aji komino ye misebe Agboja, Kwame governs Agboja ikenye adakutope member of parliament kanye road minister. Eglobe yo fene contractor de share. Onyanya mamijo moron kujiwe enye kple Richard Agbasuke enye kple Richard Agbasuke kple elikam chome dabe no program maji ime biali kamba ese kpoba jerube khefene contractor okata kpo ha ese kpo alo certificate yo ko raise ayo kha otrotuma bu dolado mu I don't know nyama sam road maintenance contractors threaten protest over 6 years arrears. So these are maintenance contractors. Okay, so let's clarify that one first. Maintenance. If you have no more, let's look into the story. Maintenance contractors. Maintenance, but they're also contractors. Road maintenance contractors responsible for clearing gutters, desilting drains, and maintaining road shoulders to help prevent flooding are threatening a stage a protest by the at the presidency over what they describe as 6 years of unpaid arrears. The contractors operating under the Single Man Contractors Association say they have not been paid for certified works carried out for the Ghana Highway Authority since 2020, despite several appeals for settlement. Okay, so let's do the delineation. Nike governs Agboja blower and on big push contracts. So not single man contractors. So I think that clarification is there. That Midashile road minister anchi. Number 2, ame Kenya contractors yokenya glomula onya me yoke o de na gota me ne opobo gboromla gota mo ne more clear alo do potholes la mojipleto Borabe you seal off. So these are the classification of people they are talking about. Ke 2000 who was the president? Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo. 2000 ma ye COVID va majijo. Ye mean lockdown me. So from 2000 till date, they have not been paid. And interesting. Okay, let's look at this. In a petition to President John Dramani Mahama dated May 25, 2026, the group called for urgent intervention, arguing that the prolonged delay has created severe financial difficulties for members and affected their ability to continue operations. And I'm quoting, as single-man contractors, we undertook and completed the assigned work in good faith and according to the agreed terms. Despite several follow-ups with the Ghana Highway Authority, outstanding payments for completed contracts have not been made. The petition stated, the issue comes at a critical stage as the rainy season intensifies across the country and concerns over flooding increase. The contractors noted that their work plays a key role in keeping drains and waterways clear to reduce flood risks, and I'm quoting, the continued delay in settling this obligation has caused serious financial hardship and affected both our livelihood and our ability to meet our commitments, the petition added. They have warned that if the outstanding payments remain unresolved, members may embark on a peaceful picketing exercise at Jubilee House to draw attention to their grievances. Kuna bobe na do more mi afasiri ke oji tu do won ko to ta honya contract single ma contract so ko ukenya gboglombe jiruru na la tore ko vasa som raba mo sesam na yo ayi yo la fifia agama ga lo yoshio garak ma lo yoshio anwo sesam na yo yo mota yo vio je pomo je yo mota ashidem chijojo mo dayata yo ba biambe gayo ka jiru dulonchi pa denye avai no hina yo ama manomia yo gbona yo fa jibibi daga fia le Jubilee House fi kanye jiru apa to khofa fi kanye as efiasa president o no fa kanye Jubilee House fuma ya yo gbona kadu chigaro anonye de fuma ano yo fa versus dem to call Catarase. I don't to call no UK cho. The shutdown I was do go businessmen or Mr. I think 250 euros I should think deal at them sign but Ganava I'm Monava investment. I'm a Vovo investment. Caselato was a minister for finance a puncho. Dr. Esiama, a governor for the central bank in a puncho. Amelgata Obobrombe Amonova Dojo. Ghana nyo Ghana fa du come nyo ko la fea amo ke Ghana vio ava no ni achokpa no nyira nyimba anu jiro pon kuma pon anu ko nyifa no lagbalagba don anu mo jegele don na jirudua kwa hana ka jele ya fara oji but atu ko na ga kpo at the same time not too good for government nyemanya na gale jirudua show you understand, but it's not good for government mira kuku highway authority, even Minister for Roads, played Agbonogramo Kata, Pramagat Katale, Dukopranchi, Mikbutanania. All right. GE releases 2026-2027 Senior High School and Senior High Technical School academic calendar. Interesting one there. The Ghana Education Service has released the academic calendar for senior high schools and senior high technical schools for the 2026-2027 academic year, outlining schedules for both single-track and transitional schools. In a statement issued by the GES on January 1st, the GES urged parents, students, teachers, and school administrators to take note of the dates and prepare adequately for the upcoming academic year. The management of GES wishes to inform parents, guardians, students, and the public that the academic calendar for senior high schools and senior high technical schools for the 2026-2027 academic year has been finalized, a statement said. Under the single-track system, Form 1 and Form 2 students will begin first semester on September 18, 2026 and remain in school until January 29, 2027 before proceeding on vacation. until March 29, 2027. The second semester will run from March 30 to July 30, 2027. That be the press statement virtual Ghana Education Service got interesting times ahead. Over Fifia Sukuo, you can Vadomishi Sukuo, secondary school, so wo now nkakeke wo chochoga ide school. This is what the Ghana Education Service is saying. Under the single track system, Form 1 and Form 2 students will begin first semester on September 18. September 18. For you want shake yapon kakawiye niagba Form 1 view Form 2 view kata wa ayi suku first semester le September 18. September 18. And also kunoga bukaka January 29, 2027. Hey! If you have a Christmas year, I don't know, before proceeding on vacation until March 2029. And the first and second year, so you school September 18, I was January 29, 2027. Or from January 29, January, February, March. Okay, so that's 2 months. 5 year no isukua osuku Mokaga for 2 months. So let's look at it. September 18, October 18, November 18, December 18, January 18 plus another 10 days. That is 5 months. I don't get it. I don't get it. Me sitting news me about post story that 5th year and the first and second year so you square osku no for jingaton sukunoge. Come January 29 interesting things. So from 3 students in single track schools will start classes on September 18, 2026 and end their first semester in December 18, 2026. After a vacation period ending January 31, 2027, they will return to school on February 1 and complete the academic year in June 18, 2027. I'm looking for 3 hours. On kakabubu. Ata nyama mfuga foba nyeblo. Ne viola from 1 na nyaba September 18 osukutoge. Ne viola from 3 hours September market kwe kakawo December omokaga ta achai yo ka vale sukuye ya onyo ta jilao migere ya kosupoji alaba miabia miakareji mi cho miakosuku ta togbo alo mi pokano alaba mianye kaye yovio sukoi nyado nyajojo rele na mata mi sukui ke viola over senior technical senior high school plus senior high technical schools over single track and double track ya meko yina njikure tro single track a meko yina ndire da nyajojo nya tako kamala nami magacho tonya acho mamna gere ro sukwaji na kwa sukuma de single track alo double track afi poneni me viola per banto moralo per vela malo per toliama sukuta to no do pejino ka kenya jojo do be ngaka dogo September ye o yina de suku da we gagege ro suku aje sukuta to na ro penya e promo jino. So that's what I can do ke nama wo ni kata mi dona mi onye be nama wo nwa de jito vioa ta ba cha hia ho agbon be yi de suku vio atando babe ina suku ka ba chinchubo allo viota kamo ojebo va poma e chokitasko e va ci savie tula va ropo ko sirava o menya la bebito ta ma shabana nunjo ne violation via kongo e kenya senior high school viko chokla na gero sukuji alabe na nyekbe kagbe chicha obo bralo sukuta to obo blombe nova penojo na lidali nyi nenamai hikam patro. All right. Gamanche unveils plans for 500-bed children's hospital at Kolebu. Gamanche again to my your hospital tomb, okay? Your hospital tomb le ntomama. All right, so that's very interesting. Okay, madon kujiba maglodon ko ba madon chocho piara hogana fo gani alaba makpede shibe apo gani minsi blaton vo en sonta manotere gamanche fo nyaji gamanche bo blombe yo 500-bed children's hospital together Kolebu. I will stop on that, go for a short break, and when I come back I'll finish up your stories. Tony Magbonya Magakashi TV Magona.
No silence ever English dictionary. Yatepe. But see dictionary akara zo afi di pasi K. No silence ever English dictionary standard ton yeah. Standard yeah. And you know the view. And you know the view can the basic level. And you know American SHS. And you know American university. Allo the language you. Then you make a view. And be a strong background. No silence ever English dictionary. And you know how. I must say make a never view module rapport. And be a strong background. No silence ever English dictionary. And you know mama. Yalla dile boso so madana na kula. Atia place order le Amazon. Allo number can follow screen Nigeria. Open the method can also have official African la. Ya call no silence ever English dictionary. Aqua coveno. No silence ever English dictionary. And you talk.
To ship products from Germany to Ghana. Ŋdi Services makes it simple. We ship groceries, health supplements, books, and everyday essentials directly from Germany to you. Imagine buying authentic groceries, toiletries, and fresh dairy hassle-free from Germany. Our reliable service brings the best of German quality to you. From cereals to health supplements, snacks to toiletries, we've got you covered. Shopping is easy. Contact Ŋdi Services and we handle the rest. Fast, reliable, hassle-free shipping you can trust. WhatsApp us at +233 591 415 506.
Hello viewers, welcome to Red Stitches. Afi enye nyongo kple ntuo penu tofe. Your wedding gown, your strauss, office wear, beach wear, you can name them. Sport wears for both male and female. Ne miajima antewa kpomi le powerhouse le ho. Ne eina de Frajet Hotel. Nye le moji tututututu. Ne chobi na junction na de Frajet Hotel gbo tututututu. Afima emie lenye ma. You can reach us on this telephone number 0246 256 300 0246 25 6300.
Go. Oh, what the? Let go, Joel.
Oh, very much. If I don't quit them, keke to put. Hatanya too much ready toy. When you warm killer.
Oh,
the number for fun. The one that turned my two. I'm not go.
that another Abraham, if you are a kind of lay, a party to Boye Tuesday. But the husband did not fear. Coco not do not forget Ewenyigba, Yapon or Passy Bani who went on Yan Kurama. Well, a party for Yakokatara.
Well, not Chico,
Vai, Batacano Sugo, Itabica that is the Cremonton top. Vola Paticawa, Busiolo, wait off here.
Where you vola tobo. You man no Chicago, Mokbong Jaja.
Vola chika no plan na zama fiva nana kama furaga nao mashama nazi
nyapa toto wala toto fita itanyeza vola chika nyato motoro ha woza vola chika fufu jijila ama
this vola piki vola baby
ma una yira vola to ona una masa
Vola pachika la chika drapo kata alo gado pa dayo pamela akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned la akwe kala hwahwe gada wojila agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local rice jwala atututu opa dopo la hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afava dashina fie ga aton ke le memli da gbe wa o ja dogome ndi ga andre kple afa odashina ndo ga wi eve o kana vola le 0244 512 1452
vola
Nina ne mi ayi, vola eba senta. Afima mi apoto yo la, nya deba vola. Fi valo, akululi le fuda now, alele le fuda now, domaru le fuda now. Achi deba deka, ufuto makata, mele to wonyi de wa. Eti makolo no ba, na ile vola eba senta. Ikele jengo applaud, Victoria Park. Afima na kodo wotu akame wa puto wo fukaume fukama tutu dokata vola heba center Dr. Prosper Debeneba na kodo come on vola
New African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs.
Miapon kolam da kuna mi be mi le de kauma pa plim le Ewenyigba TV le Jimfuga hostel le woto e fia mi le miapa do womtwe atagere mianji a check up pa plim ha +2332426707773 yen number ke na tem azan ako ano kama pa plim ale mia awo wona wanyakmo donc jia le Ewenyigba TV ya mi chana kabo boye bele mi apun bola mi zona klimi bo boye alabe mi shangwe ke nya jojo nya takaka kele mi apun toma mi hono alabe mi kakanore tu ta nano bobo no be na atelemi achi nano bobo no be na ache hoplim na jibi ayoma 0242 670 773 in your number 0242670773 in your number ke na tem azan. All right. Nyajojore Lafia Gamancha unveils plans for 500 Children's Hospital at Kolebu ihanye nyade Lafia ke pidakwa Gamancha ikenye fia gane gen tomato bolombe yo 500 units. So Gamancha unveils plans for 500 bed children's hospital at Kolebu. The Gamancha King of King Taki Teiko Churu II has announced plans to construct a state-of-the-art 500-bed children's hospital at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, disclosing that funding for the ambitious healthcare project has already been secured. The announcement was made during a courtesy call by officials from the Ministry of Health who visited the Gamancha to discuss healthcare-related issues and strengthen collaboration on public health measures. Takpidakwa ni teko chui kenye Gamancha efiagane gian woglombe yo developer konji tuge de Kolebu yo developer konji tuge de Kolebu alebe aba ome wi aton e atenwa yime efiabo atashika malfa aton de developer konji a le Kolebu ntome eglonya e ke jiru dope ke kona konji nya obo o va astray. Bon, all right, so we have that there as well. Ghanaians prioritize governance over partisan politics. Online, Imani polls. Okay, Ghanaians prioritize governance over partisan politics. Online, Imani polls. Okay, Ghana's online political discourse is increasingly shifting from partisan personalities and towards governance, performance, policy outcomes, and accountability, according to the latest Ewenyigba's sentiment analysis report. The May 2026 report by the think tank, which analyzed 10,000 mentions across Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, web sources, news feeds, and other digital platforms, found that citizens are placing greater emphasis on national issues. They're placing greater emphasis on policy delivery, economic management, international engagement, and political preparedness when discussing national politics. Takpira kwa imani Ghana to oga ko chuchuare alo kukware ko dare tuaja pira ko gbogbombe yo lankuda nyayo ke gloma mole nyayo ke ngro mole kenye nchuchu potipocho nchuchu wuli oke amongro na dana ya biology ke pira kwa yo pidije shiba fifia Ghana yo moka chu dunya helao fanya da tamo almoka chu ko susufia que yui hia fia nyoba duko aleko duko plome leke duko fa ganyao le etemie leke nya ka cha saklo beta duko me nyao le awon ku fia be chanchan amara choro ki kata cho sevo na amerikere alo dunya hare que moga chiajire duko fa de dino ngwa ka fia dorodo va alebe mi ga too much politicization magalifia. All right. Another story, the FIFA to release 2.5 million to Ghana ahead of 2026 World Cup. Kofi Adams. Interesting story here. Kofi Adams, he can Minister for Sports. Well, no, tata jejemafia. Kago glombe FIFA, he can Africa to call for abo for Jikbo. Yoga 2.5 million Ghana cedis chogana Ghana but that's interesting. I'm interested in this detail. Minister and Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Adams says FIFA will give $2.5 million to support the Black Stars preparations for the 2026 Africa World Cup as part of financial entitlements due to countries that qualify for the tournament. Interesting that Kofi Adams Boglombe FIFA ikanye Africa kata pe abo for jikpokwa ega $2.5 million kogana Ghana ala Ghana qualify in the World Cup ebe ndu onye be na du kodel Africa qualify in World Cup kwa ejiboni $2.5 million da gama gbegbe ega gbona ve Ghana mu wow. We're making a lot of money. Echwekeva ya hana runkujia akakare ya mobe Kofi Adams blobe amashame ikenye abokula ike modugara America la World Bank World Cup apopo meko $100,000 hoge and some people are not happy about that anyway. So that is sports for you. That's interesting. Something about sports for you. I do a little bit on that. The minister explained that FIFA provides participating countries with financial support once they qualify for the tournament, with part of the funds released ahead of the competition to support preparations. He noted that the advance payments is intended to cover key activities such as training camps, friendly matches, playing movements, and other logistical arrangements ahead of the tournament. So according to him, all funds dispersed will be properly accounted for by the Ghana Football Association, stressing that the need to strict record keeping and financial transparency cannot be overemphasized. And I'm quoting him, of course, it will be accounted for, and that is one thing I haven't hidden away from the Football Association, that every password they are utilizing, they will make sure they keep proper records of. And he added that additional financial rewards are released by FIFA as teams progress in the tournament, with earnings increasing at each stage from the round of 32 through to the final round. The minister expressed hope that Ghana will advance far in the competition noting that deeper progression would significantly increase the country's financial returns. Takwida ko Kofi Adams wo Jelefia nyai menyu gakaima minister go glombe gashaga kechogola ne yo chofifa gbo yo konta ogani yo gachoga ko dare Ghana Football Association for sazate ke nyauzega ajewe wa konta tai na onyabe no sino kareji enhia be wawa konta cho gashaga ikavavam nji. So that's another big story. The Ghana suspends South Africa evacuation registration after 1,500 sign up. Interesting. Ghana's High Commission in South Africa has announced the temporary suspension of registration for its ongoing voluntary evacuation exercise, citing the need to process and verify a large volume of applicants already received. In a statement issued on June 1, the mission said the suspension will take effect on Tuesday, June 2, 2026, and is intended to allow the High Commission and relevant Home Affairs authorities to screen applications submitted under the program. According to the statement, more than 1,500 Ghanaians living in South Africa have registered for the exercise so far, with verification and processing currently underway. And I'm quoting him, the temporary suspension is to enable the High Commission and the Home Affairs process and to process and screen the large number of applications already received, the mission said. The High Commission stressed that the evacuation exercise has not ended and assured Ghanaians who have not been registered that another registration phase will be announced after the current applications have been processed. Ghana view Mava Subo Tantan South Africa, Unglonko Yogwa Ghana. Ayo Wagwa Movanglonko Ama Bereka, Balafa Tonso Evanglonko. Abanaba musu bolebebe ewojebe jiru dope ike nya du kokrola potepe nope le South Africa na denkwa mu akparaba me kata Ghana vionya suiketa gbona susunwi amaro taze azansusu aba arabope be jiru cho yamobu gan blojova darita to ma baba ko motoko aga trogajo ta elemobe jidudu edwana dento mabe Ghana fio kata kenchi onyera omla otrogbo papa fa elemen magaka mefia ba enko nyom yo le ko role nchi da jiru dopo e kakpona e kachacha club betadu ko magboglombe yo do shin kongoro jibo ameo kata le duji ba yo cho South Africa ave Ghana yo do ashi nkongoro majibo albe yo gbojiri alankure ameo ke bavambe yo agbove Ghana yo na kura monchimi alwe yokobe amashampa tamususu ele abale ke jiru aduene eya opleto emi popom le city newsroom miapa mchocho nova +23426707773 miameke miapa na Facebook ha fa miapa mchocho nova alwe ma okata onchi do gafi wona na wunu ke emunda kavaro gali ke majibe miakpora ko mia awovo. Okay, Abuseo Kai Ablekuma Central Assembly demolishes illegal cattle ranch on waterway. Wow, Abuseo Kai Ablekuma Central Assembly demolishes cattle ranch on waterway. Da Labuseo Kai Mipobe Ofe Assembly Okaka enyi repare. All right, so Abuseo Kai Ablekuma Central Assembly demolishes illegal cattle ranch on waterways. Labuseo Kai Toma over enyi nyimle tepare kamajo. So okay, so I mean the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly has demolished an illegal cattle ranch located at a waterway at Abuseo Kai near the International Central Gospel Church as part of efforts to reduce flooding in the area. The exercise, led by Municipal Chief Executive Frank Nkansa, forms part of a renewed crackdown on encroachment along drainage buffers, which authorities say has significantly contributed to flooding within the municipality. Mr. Nkansa said the structure has existed for about 3 years despite repeated warnings from the assembly. So according to him, the site was initially used to keep horses, but gradually expanded into a cattle ranch occupying sections of the waterway. Talabuseo Kantome tere International Central Gospel Church in Chia, Wogba, Enyi, Buare, Alabe, over to Nikwore, a chifomoji, Ogbule, no, O, Shang, we got them out, plus Sube, Okakani, Bomaraka, Ogbabi, Masego, and Yina, Ogbabi, Masego. Assembly, where Municipal Chief Executive Global Bang Bang Bang, you watch Magoma, Enyi, a soul no. Nyim na teba lo so yo no tepa yo na onya be ni amula majeso ajewa wade kpomara gaka ogba omasio kefifia echiva jajam echinglem ta Municipal Chief Executive Frank Nkansa Klabosio kan tome nongone ovito kule assembly modola abakaka enyi kpomara. So that's another interesting story. Bold decisions there. In so long as it helps. All right, Megapo Vadela World Cup ticket distribution to Black Star fans will be transparent. World Bank ticket distribution to Black Stars fans will be transparent. Mekbo Kofi Adams Lefia, but the Ghana Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Adams has dismissed claims that tickets procured for Ghanaian fans for the 2026 FIFA Cup are being sold illegally, insisting that the government is not involved in any activities of such nature. The minister said what is being circulated is largely speculation and misunderstanding of how supporters' mobilization arrangements are being handled. He clarified that so Kwirako Minister Goglombe o tiketi ke o chozomo amozo tiketi yako betadu kome ike glomyola ojebo mele gaglagbele nyatepema nyajojo kakaro faro Goglombe o tiketi ajan tiketi ke jiru kokonda shinamo kaka Minister Kofi Adams sikle dope ike bona mujaka de kple so he clarified that various private organizations, including travel and tour companies, are independently facilitating supporter travel and fund packages, which are separate from government arrangements. And according to him, these organizations operate commercially and are entitled to charge fees for their services, stressing that such activities should not be confused with any government-run ticket distribution process. And I'll quote him, "We are not using budgetary allocations. We are not taking money from state coffers to fund or do what is they are doing." Kofi Adam Bugombe mabe lokushi maro gbagbajembe yokpara munchi alo ho mozo gbale pleto alo ozomo idukoyome kaka mamefia we jidudu yele magbane no hewo ta ona na menya we na amarebe ya ile betadu come. You can do that atayafuma and on and on. So I think that's what we have over here. Ewenyigba TV enya mome miele ke Tony Magboy ile tadenek before messages over vam cho depovo Professor Enthusiastic. Hello, Professor Enthusiastic, enjoy. Thank you for your message. Mary, do message. And good morning to you. Always listening to me from a tent. I appreciate your message. Apostle Godfrey Daniel, in your do message. Now, when you kafla new na ngula message ngulu morning. Eko matakbo. Mamlokata di South Africa, East Africa barena ta madogba now. Ke madogba na. Miano Vidaka, Ikemiako Central Buzuma do message, message. I appreciate your message and thank you for that. Tina Mianko Samcho Fudo Dogbano, good morning. Patience Mianko Samcho Adaklo, we appreciate you for your message and thank you for your message as well. Modogbane Agbanyo Mianko Samcho Bentota, good morning to you. Thank you for your message. And New Katanya, New Mijrafia Tabu Work Bokatan Lewenyigba TV the Facebook. So all the show is available on demand. Tane try Lewenyigba TV the Facebook and Mianko again here but no miayo quickly alaba nung shami ka go mija kikiko let na va me hofunju Tane Lewenyigba TV the Facebook. Make sure you follow, you like, you share and comment. Follow us on Facebook, like, share and comment. and that's very important. That show me of here. Me am come on TV, satellite, multi TV. Me attack me up phone G, Ŋdi TV. Like, share, follow, comment. Iyara bavaga Roma here. Come on, go. Malapomo, Lamojio. Nana jin kiki konasi. Nana ke Ŋdi TV. Gale, YouTube. Na YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Tana yi the YouTuber Ŋdi TV la fuma po gapu kia la fuma alo gapu for la fuma e sign je share la paka gapu na mie. So you it's important that you hit the notification button. If you have name jana no fuma ajejaga na bo mark donc kujibe mia fe na jojo kaka pe ya wona hono ala gbegbe hono wo enyami ke nyami omiato da atema yomi nen nyare jo nyakpata rejo nyatu amare enwoji miapo mpula fisha figa ka mete fisha fi no re shayo le aglamonjio le sukuo konjinya onyo na nya chocho onye nyatepe ye enwula de anyili evidence liko tuenami ta no tocho photo ko da no un tocho fun ina trofuna le ka bale ke me trene na ko da nane akocho picture ikanya mtafa na kpo ina jibe mia docho chi duide mikaba na ji number ekeji na tato number ema na keremiaji alo na to megbi adoje paklimi le Ŋdi TV le Facebook akwa kabanto mshangu kana konamia ni dowoge Tony Magbo inya plomile wona pakpa me dakpene me pa ho central member of parliament be edem gbanam le wona ya me ke me dakpene great fashion be ato na ble miape me gbeda osugboza ma hodo me chuchopia ke ne me trova de wona ruume matana maga senkonya ke Tony Magbo ema be nke kame nenyonami. Bye bye.
That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.